All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here's the FIFA World Cup 2022 draw. We've been sitting here for about 50 plus minutes now talking about nothing. And now the draw is about to kick off. So let's dive right in. We're not going to be talking about Milan today. We're going to be taking over the FIFA World Cup. We're going to be seeing where my team, my country, the hat that I'm wearing, Canada, is going to be placed in this World Cup. So Cafu, with a big smile, a former Milan man, is here. And he's going to be pulling out the first draw. If you guys have any audio issues or anything, let me know. So he's going to be pulling out the teams from pot one now. So the team that he pulls off is, or pulls out, is Qatar. First one is Qatar. And they are going to be placed in. Let's fix this. You know what? Let's make it full screen. Qatar are obviously going to be in. Obviously. Very slow process. A1. Now, let's move on to the next one. I love that Cafu's involved in this. This man lifted the World Cup the last time that Brazil won it. Former Milan man, former Serie A man. Love this guy. So the second team that gets pulled out is England. Guys, it's England. The team that Italy beat in the Euro 2022 final. England. Looks like they're, I don't know, man, with Harry Maguire and all that stuff, I hope the guy with Tamori can really make it into the World Cup. If he's not playing for Canada, I just hope he's playing for England because the guy doesn't deserve to be sitting in his living room watching these teams play. He deserves to be playing right there. Well, there we go. England goes to B1. Interesting. Cafu pulls out the third ball. Looks like this one's going to be Argentina. Lionel Messi's potential final game in the World Cup. England didn't beat Italy. You're right. Italy beat England. What did I say? I don't know what I said, but I meant that. Argentina end up in Group C. What is going on here? There we go. Just trying to make it a little bit easier for you guys to read. Cafu pulls out another ball. Lots of background music. Very exciting background music happening. The defending champions, France. And it looks like they're going to be sitting in. So this is pretty much decided beforehand. France is going to be going in Group D. Man, they definitely need to find a way to make these draws a little bit faster because this stuff is a little too slow. I'll be honest. France goes into Group D. You said the team that beat Italy. Oh, my bad. Sorry. No. I didn't mean that at all. I meant, you know what I mean. All right, the next team is España. Spain are competing in their 16th World Cup. And they're going to be ending up in Group E. So we got 3 teams left from pot 1. Brazil, Belgium, Portugal. E1 is where Spain end up, and we already know that. They're just going chronologically initially. There's no way this will last 3 hours. I seriously hope it doesn't because we've been sitting here for a while now. All right. Cafu pulls out Belgium. One of my favorites to perform well in this World Cup, Belgium end up in Group F. Here we go. So we got Brazil and Portugal left now. Tim Cahill. I hope he pulls out. Oh, okay, so he's pulling out the group, sorry. So Belgium are in Group F. Hey, look, Canada will want to be in Group A. If you can dodge one of these big teams, of course you're going to want to be in Group A. Cafu pulls out his hometown, Brazil. What a big smile on Cafu's face. Love that guy. Legend of Brazilian football. I just hope England get a easy group. Nah, man, you shouldn't hope that England gets an easy group. You should hope that England gets a good group because you English lovers feel like England's going to do really well. So don't be afraid. For all you know. Let me take this banner out so you guys can see this. My bad. G1 is a group that Brazil ends up in. So we got Portugal. That's going to be the last team picked. And they are going to be going in Group H. All right, so this is where we stand. Where could I watch the actual stream? My friend, I wish I could help you with that. Unfortunately, I can't. Where are you? You are Canadian SB. So my assumption would be you are in Canada. And so to you, I would say, fellow Canadian brother, you can watch it on TSN. You can also watch it on TSN Go. That's where you can, pull it up on your phone. So there's that option. So now they're going to be going through pot 2. So I'm glad the pace of this thing is picking up now because we really don't want to see any more performances. As much I appreciate those dances, we got things to do. So in this, we have Mexico and USA for Canada. That's, 2 countries that are part of our little CONCACAF. And 2 countries, well, USA is a country I believe we can beat for sure. So we're already diving into pot 2, guys. So here we go. Kicks off with Netherlands. Let's go full screen on this. Wow, so Netherlands are in the finals for the first time since 2014. That is incredible. And the pot that Netherlands are going to be, the Dutch are going to be in, is Group A4. So Qatar, Netherlands. I will accept this group for Canada happily. Happily. Netherlands are a good team, no question. But this is looking decent for us if we make it into this group. USA. Here we go. These guys basically clawed their way into the World Cup. They have a lot of work to do in the next 7 months to prepare for this World Cup to be able to do well. So the US. So it looks like USA are automatically going to be in Group B for some reason. They're in B3. This is interesting. England, the USA. That is going to be interesting. England and the USA. They have a little bit of a rivalry from a few years ago. Mexico. Mexico. Their 17th World Cup appearance. So in the last 7 World Cups, Mexico has gotten out of their group. So they are a deadly team. Getting out of the group is a big deal. If Canada can pull that off somehow, I would be stunned and excited. All right, so Group D. What is he doing? Oh, C3. Okay. So Mexico ends up in C3. So what I'm kind of noticing here is that the next team, no matter who it is going to be in Group D, and they just have to figure out the positioning in the group. I would have liked a little bit more of a random way of drawing the names, where you can be in any group depending on which conference you might be in. So from the looks of it, Denmark is going to be in Group D now. So automatically Denmark is going to be in Group D. We just have to figure out which position in Group D. All right. Where is the UAE? I don't think the UAE is in the World Cup, my friend. D3. Here we go. Denmark is in Group D3. Here we go. So we got Germany, Uruguay, Switzerland, and Croatia left. I mean, Croatia, at one point in time, couple seasons ago, really, World Cup seasons ago, was one of the best teams, one of the deadliest teams. That Luka Modric group that they had. Germany is the next team. It's Germany. I think one of the dark horses in some ways. I think they always have a deadly team, and I think anyone's going to have a hard time playing against Germany. So Germany obviously are automatically going to be in Group E with Spain. So this is one of the first exciting matchups. Spain versus Germany. Qatar, Netherlands is fine. England, USA is interesting. Argentina, Mexico is more like a Latin thing. But Spain and Germany, guys, this is going to be a good one. Group E at this point in time is turning out to be, at this point in time, the group of death. So stay away, Canada. Stay away from Group E, please. Croatia. The next name pulled out is Croatia. Croatia, the finalists in 2018, are going to be going in Group F. This is good. Croatia versus Belgium. That's exciting. But at this point in time, Group E with Spain and Germany, by far the best one. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. So you got Switzerland and Uruguay left. So I feel like Canada will probably want either Group A, or that's about it right now. Uruguay are going to be with Brazil. So this is interesting because they're going to be from the same conference. So they did make the quarterfinals in 2018. So exactly. So Uruguay cannot go into Group G because they're going to be in the same confederation as Brazil. So automatically Uruguay go into Group H with Portugal. So it's going to be Uruguay and Portugal in the same group, and Brazil and Switzerland in the same group. So the positioning for Uruguay is going to be H3. There we go. And Switzerland is the last team from this group. We're going to be in the same pot with the group with the Brazil. They get positioned. Let's see how. Pots 1 and 2 are complete, guys. We got 3 and 4 to go. In Pot G, Switzerland get placed. Here we go. Switzerland are going to be in Pot G, and their positioning is going to be G3. So it doesn't really matter, but I guess they have to kind of go about it that way so they can schedule games accordingly. All right, so we got Pot 3 and Pot 4 to go, right? At this point in time, guys, if you look at these groups, what do you think? Which one is turning out to be the group of death? Right now, it looks like it's Group E. Spain, Germany. That's a tough one. Belgium, Croatia is also a pretty good group, but nothing like Spain and Germany. So we are popping into this Pot 3 now. I love the pace at which this is moving. I love it. I can't be watching this for 45 minutes. No dance performances. Nothing's happening. No breaks. They're just going straight with the draw. I think they have to do the draw in one go because they don't want it to be looked back and said, hey, well, when they went into the break, some nefarious stuff was done. So automatically we kick it off with Iran, Chetore. Let's do this. I had a few Iranian roommates back in the day. So Iran is going to be picked out. This is going to be their successive appearance, as they said, in the World Cup. Let's see which group they end up in. So they can't go into Group A. So they automatically go into Group B. So Iran is going to be playing England and the United States. So this is actually a good one. I don't think they can beat England, but I definitely think they can beat the US. There's no doubt about it for me. So they get placed as B2. So Iran, England, Iran, and United States. This is a good group for the Persians. This is a good group for them because they can get out of this group. Because if they have a really weak side come from Pod 4 and they're sitting there with England and the US, Iran will fancy their chances to be able to beat United States and possibly the Pod 4 team. I love this. This is turning up now. Pod 3, Senegal. In my opinion, the most difficult team from this pod is Senegal. So they will be in the World Cup for the third time. They have the best win percentage of any African team in the history of the World Cup. Senegal. Best win percentage of any African team in the World Cup is Senegal. So they are automatically going to get placed in Group A. Because in Group A, you have Qatar and Netherlands, so they don't conflict with the African team. So they're going to be A3. So Senegal, Qatar, and Netherlands. Guys, let me come on screen for a minute. Whose comment is this? Canada wants Group A. I'm telling you, we want Group A. Can you put my name, Ahmed, on the world? Hey, here you go, my friend. Poland. All right, so the next one is Poland. I'm going to pop back into that screen, but Canada wants Group A. I'm just saying it out loud. All right, so what's going on here? Poland. Mr. Robert Lewandowski. This is a team you want to stay away from because this can be tricky. Looks like Poland is automatically going to end up in Group C, I understand, because in Group B, they would have a conflict with England. So they're automatically going to go in Group C, where they have Argentina and Mexico. They don't have any conflict with any of the teams there, not in the same division. C4, Poland, go C4. Argentina, Mexico, and Poland. This is one of those groups that is, it's not going to be easy. Depends how Argentina's form is. Mexico and Poland can also come out of this group. No question about it. Because we saw what happened with Argentina at times. Sometimes they just don't play that well, but it's Messi's last World Cup, so we'll see. Serbia, one more tricky side from this World Cup, in my opinion, is Serbia. Underrated. They were in the previous World Cup in 2018. So they can't be in Group A because of Netherlands. They can't be in Group B because of England. They can't be in Group C because of Poland. They can't be in Group D because of France and Denmark. They can't be in Group E because of Spain and Germany. Not even F. Wait, where are they going to go? I don't get it. There's so many European teams. So they can only go in Group C for some reason. G for some reason, sorry. So Brazil's opening game at this World Cup is going to be Brazil versus Serbia. I don't understand how these guys design this stuff. It's very confusing, but I'm just here to show you guys what's happening, not to really justify it or explain it, because I can't. All right, so let's see. The next team that gets pulled out. Tunisia. Tunisia. Second consecutive World Cup for Tunisia. So automatically they're going to be joining France and Denmark. A, they can't because of Qatar. B, they can't because of Iran. C, they can't for some reason. I don't know why. But apparently they're going to be going straight into Group D with France and Denmark. Tunisia gets placed as D4. Here we go. Next pot. Japan, Morocco, and South Korea left. Japan and South Korea, two countries, man, I have to visit. Dream countries to visit. But let's just see what happens here. I like Morocco too. Japan. All right, here we go. In 2018, they made it through to the knockout phase for the third time. Japan. For the third time, they made it through to the knockout phase in 2018. So Japan is not a team to sleep on. And it looks like they're going to end up in Group E. So there's no question, guys, at this point in time, that Group E is the group of death. Spain, Germany, and Japan. That is a group of death. No question about it. Someone is saying, please. Here we go. Morocco. So Morocco will be making their 6th World Cup appearance in the history of the club, in the history of the country, sorry. So automatically, Morocco are going to go into Group F with Belgium and Croatia. So Belgium, Croatia, and Morocco. And the way that Morocco gets placed is F3. So here we go. Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia. And the final team is the Korea Republic, South Korea. Automatically, they're going to end up in Group H. They have been in the World Cup more than any team in Asia. The number one to make it to the World Cup is South Korea. No team in Asia has made more World Cup appearances than South Korea. And here we go. South Korea ends up in Group H. H4. So here we go. Pot 3 is complete. Guys, this is it. This is it. Pot 4. For the first time in my life, the country that I'm from is going to be playing in the World Cup finals. So here we go. So the team, the group that we want is Group A. The group that we don't want is Group E. And pretty much all of them. All the other groups are tough. But it'll be fascinating if we're in Group. We can't be in Group B, but it'll be fascinating to see which group we fall in. We still can be in Group A. And oh my God, would that be amazing? Is the first ball that comes out Canada? Is it? Okay, so it's international playoff 1 team. So I don't know which one that would be. Okay. Okay. So Okay, so they go automatically into Group D. That's perfect. Here we go. And the team that they pull out now is D2. Okay, so this is basically the positioning. So this is what's going on. So they end up in D2 with France, Denmark, and Tunisia. One of, I think, Australia or someone, but basically they haven't decided who it's going to be. So now they're going to pull up the next country. Is it going to be Team Canada? Because we want Group A. We can end up in Group A. But show me those names, man. Ecuador. Okay, so Ecuador is going to go into Group A. Ecuador's first World Cup appearance. All right, so Canada misses out on that. So they're going to end up with Qatar, Senegal, and the Netherlands. So this is by far the easiest group. Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. So this is the group that I would have wanted Canada to have, but I guess we're not going to have it. Wow. No luck for us. Qatar got super lucky with this. I mean, Qatar are super lucky with the group they got as hosts. Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. Perfect. The next team that comes out, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the next group. Round of 16 in 1994 for Saudi Arabia. So they can't be in Group B. So they fall straight into Group C with Argentina, Mexico, and Poland. So really the groups that Canada can be in, this is insane. But the group that Canada will probably end up in is going to be Group E, the group of death. Potentially group of death. E or maybe even F. Wow. Let's see who's coming up next. Here we go. All right, so it's the second playoff team. Here we go. So this side. Okay, so we dodged the group of death. It's these guys who go in for Group E. I have a Panama flag there because I love Panama, but they're not actually playing in it, just so you know. E2, so that's where they end up in Group E. So that's the group of death by far. Spain, Germany, Japan, and that next team. Group A is easy as heck for someone like Netherlands, for example. It should be. Group B still tricky. Wow, this is fascinating. So the next name that gets pulled out is going to be, who is it? European playoff. Okay. I'm just waiting to see when Canada gets pulled out. So they automatically go into Group B. So Canada's three options are Group F, G, or H. I think of these three groups, I would pick Group H. I would have to pick Group H of those three. So hopefully Canada's name comes out the last. Hopefully, but let's see. All right. Next team that gets pulled out is very exciting music. Cameroon. All right. Since 1982, they've made the most appearances in the FIFA World Cup. Since 1982, Cameroon has made the most appearances. in the World Cup when it comes to African teams. So they automatically go into Group G. So now we got Canada and Ghana left. So Canada gets Group F or Group H. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not really okay with Group F, to be honest. I think I would rather take Group H, but this is tough. Group A would have been the best. So here we go. Here we go. 2 teams left, Ghana and Canada. Is Canada going to be in Group F or Group H? Canada! Sorry, it's Ghana, guys. My bad. Wow, so Canada's literally the last team to get pulled out, so we don't even get excitement to see the name there. It's actually Ghana. So it looks like Ghana is going to end up makes sense. So Canada, the final team from this World Cup, draw. My team, the last one to get pulled out of all 32 names, is going to end up in Group F with Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia. Belgium being one of my favorites to win the World Cup. Croatia being the finalists from last year. And Morocco. Last ball, last team, 28-year wait to see this moment. Canada. Here we go. Second FIFA World Cup. 36 years. And here we go. So there you have it, guys. That's the full World Cup draw. And Canada is F2. So Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. All right. So that concludes the draw. So basically the group of death. I'm just going to do a quick 5-minute thing. We'll talk about these groups. We got Qatar, the host, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands. Ideally, Canada would have wanted this group. Instead of Senegal, if it was Canada's name pulled out, we would have been in that group. That is the group you want to be in. Any 2 teams can really come out of that group alongside. You would think that it's Netherlands and Senegal who come out, but really it could be anyone. Then you got Group B, England, Iran, United States, and a UEFA team. So, I mean, England and the United States have that rivalry. I think Iran will be happy to be in this group, mostly because they have a chance against the U.S. at least. I think U.S. is in turmoil, in my opinion. They barely made it to the World Cup, so I think Iran can still beat the U.S., but they won't be able to beat England or probably the last team that comes out of UEFA. Group C, we got Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. Another decent group. I mean, you have tricky sides like Poland with Lewandowski. You got Mexico, who's always difficult. Saudi Arabia will have a tough time in this group. Argentina, Lionel Messi's last game. So, I mean, what would you say about that? Then we have group. What do we have here? We got Group D. France, one of those sides. I put the Indian flag because I'm also Indian along with being Canadian, so I had to. Denmark and Tunisia. France is going to have an easy time in this group. They really should. The defending World Cup champions should have an easy time in this group to be able to get out. Group E, in my opinion, the group of death. Semi-group of death, I would say. Actually, Group G also is very tricky. But let's say Group E, Spain, Germany, Japan. These are 3 tricky sides for no doubt. And then the 4th side that comes out depends on that side. If that's a tough one, then this is by far the group of death. Group F, Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Let's come back to that later. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon. I mean, Brazil and Serbia should be able to get out of this group. Could be Switzerland too, but really it should be Brazil and Serbia. Actually, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe Brazil and Switzerland are the better bets. Group H, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Morocco. Hey, Portugal after beating North Macedonia, they should be happy with the draw that they got. They didn't get a very difficult draw. All these teams have 7 months to prep. So Group F coming back to Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. This is a tough one. This is going to be a tough one for Canada. Can we beat Morocco? I don't know. They're going to be a good side. Can we beat Croatia? Doubtful. Belgium? Doubtful. So Canada did not get their ideal draw. Of course, as I already said a few times, Group A would have been the perfect draw, but we didn't get it. So, I mean, it is what it is. What do you guys think about these groups? Let me see some of your comments, and I'm going to pop off. I'm going to get off here in about 2-3 minutes. What do you think of Group A? Easiest one by far. No doubt about it. Who's going to make it? I think who's going to make it is Netherlands and probably Senegal. Senegal are a very good team. Netherlands are a good European side. Back in the World Cup, I think they'll have something to prove, considering the fact that they weren't there last season. And yeah, I don't think Qatar or Ecuador can really beat them. Top 2 of every group. Okay, let me give you top 2s of every group, and then I'm going to head out. Group A, I'm going to say Netherlands and Senegal for Group A. Netherlands and Senegal. Group B, I'm going to say England. It really depends on who this UEFA team is, but I might say England and Iran. I think they can beat the US, and if the UEFA team is a weak one, then I think Iran could potentially even handle them. I'm just going off the cuff. Group C, I'm going to go with Argentina and Mexico. Yes, I'm going to go with Argentina. I'm not going to go with Poland. I'm going to go with Argentina and Mexico. Group D, I'm going to go with France, and tricky one, you don't know what this team is going to be. But I'm going to go with France, and let's give Tunisia some love. These teams can definitely be tricky. Group E, I'm going to go with Spain and Germany. Simple. Group F, I'm never going to bet against my own team. It's not fun to watch this if you're already accepting defeat. So I'm going to go with Belgium and Canada. Hey, why not? I think Croatia is going to make it alongside Belgium, but I'm going to say Belgium and Canada. Why not? Group G, I'm going to say Brazil, and I'm going to have to go with Switzerland. Group H, Portugal, and Uruguay. There you go. Those are my top 2s from each group. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Guys, this was not supposed to be this long. I was only here for about 40 minutes, but this thing lasted for an hour and a half. I see Canada going through, my friend. Talk to me. Here we go. Ghana looking for revenge on Uruguay. Yes, the Luis Suarez episode that happened. Well, that was a missed penalty on Ghana's side, so that's really their fault, but you're right. They absolutely will be. I believe Canada can beat both Croatia and Morocco due to pace in key areas where Morocco and Croatia are especially slow. Croatia is technically a very gifted side, but it depends what kind of team they bring on. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. But, guys, I'm going to actually end this live right here. This, as I said, wasn't supposed to last this long, but I'm happy we stuck around. We got this done. Thank you for watching. If you haven't seen my channel, I make videos about AC Milan. I do plan on expanding, talking about a few more teams. So, if you guys get the chance, take a look at some of the other videos. Become a Milan fan. The first team in all of Serie A, #1 team, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They have the chance of winning the title. So become a fan, because in 3 years, you're going to be a bandwagon fan. If you become a fan now, you might actually be one of the OG fans. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow, there's going to be a preview for Milan versus Bologna. So preview drops tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching.